Okay, everybody, we're going to take a look at the VEX RangeFinder sensor. This is an old 3-wire sensor, and it sends out a sound wave that can tell how far away objects are. It's a pretty cool sensor, but it's very unusual and a little bit hard to use. So let's take a look at how it's going to work. First, over here on our robot, there's my rangefinder sensor, and it has 2 cords. So the crucial part is when we turn this rangefinder around, you can see, hopefully, it says input and output. Those 2 cords that come out are going to go into the 3-wire ports on the side. They must go right next to each other, and they must the output has to go first. In this case, I'm in A and B. Output's got to go in A, input's got to go in B. So then, looking up at our program here, you can see that when I added a device, I went down to 3-wire, and let's see where the rangefinder is. It's right here. And I was going to pick 2 ports. I picked A and B. Just remember, output first, input second. Fine. So let's look at our program. The program, I have my comments up here, but we're going to use this condition while the rangefinder, and we're using distance, millimeters, greater than 100. So while the rangefinder is greater than 100, the motor's going to go forward. Remember the setup up here. When we add the device, this name here, rangefinder A, needs to correspond to what we name it up here. This motor 1 has to correspond to what we name it right there. And so let's go ahead and run this and take a look at what's going on. You see that our motor is running. There's nothing. Here's our rangefinder. Nothing's in front of it, so it's going to keep going until something gets close to that. So let's look at the screen there. You can see that right now we're in millimeters, and that's about 1,500. So if I were to get close to, and in fact, put this down, I have an object over top. We're down to 347 millimeters, 380, and my program said go forward as long as the millimeters are greater than 100, as long as they're greater than 100. So once we get closer than 100 millimeters to our sensor, it should turn off. See, it's going down 280, 240, 220, 200, 190, 170, 180, 112, and it turned off. Okay, so that's the way the program works. Once again, up here, the key element was right there. While the rangefinder, and we use distance, millimeters, greater than 100, keep going. Once we get more than 100, we jump out of this loop right there to whatever's next, which was stop the motor. All right.